Leading through a college crisis, whether it's a campus emergency, public backlash, or financial meltdown, is no small task. But some student leaders, deans, and administrators handle pressure like pros. In this video, I'll show you the mindset, routines, and decision-making strategies college leaders use to stay calm, lead effectively, and come out stronger on the other side. If you're stepping into leadership or just want to lead better under stress, this is for you. Tap that like button and subscribe for more real-world leadership insights and crisis-tested strategies. Let's get into it. 10. They normalize pressure before it becomes a problem. Unbreakable college leaders don't wait for chaos to teach them how to lead. They expect it. In fact, they train for it like athletes preparing for a championship. They rehearse emergency scenarios. They mentally walk through worst-case situations. They ask, what if? Not to panic themselves, but to prepare their response. Whether it's a campus protest, a student safety issue, or a sudden policy shift, they've already imagined their way through it. So when the heat is on, it's not new, it's familiar. The brain doesn't go into fight or flight because it's already built a playbook. Calm becomes a reflex, not a reaction. 9. They slow down the moment. In the middle of a college crisis, time feels like it's slipping away. Decisions must be made. Messages must be sent. But great leaders know that pressure doesn't mean panic. They create space in the storm. They breathe. They pause. They gather facts before making decisions. It's counterintuitive, but slowing down, even briefly, leads to better, faster outcomes. This doesn't mean they're inactive. It means they move with intention, not impulse. They don't let urgency override strategy. That pause is their edge. While others rush, they respond with calm, clear focus. 8. They communicate early and often. College campuses thrive on clarity. When things go wrong, whether it's a data breach, a public scandal, or even a health crisis, students, faculty, and staff want to know what's happening. Crisis-proof leaders don't hide in their offices. They step forward clearly and frequently. They share what they know, even when they don't have all the answers. They explain the steps being taken. They show presence, not perfection. That visibility builds trust. And in a crisis, trust is the currency that buys calm. Even uncomfortable truths, when delivered transparently, ease uncertainty. Great leaders don't wait until it's safe to speak. They speak to create safety. 7. They build credibility before the crisis. You can't fake calm in a crisis if you haven't built it during peace. The most respected college leaders don't just show up when things go wrong. They're constantly present, listening to students, supporting staff, walking the halls, attending events. They've built relational equity. People know who they are. They've proven their values in public and private. So when crisis hits, their voice carries weight. Their presence brings stability. Reputation isn't made in the spotlight. It's made in the shadows, in the 1,000 quiet moments before the storm. And when that storm comes, it's that history that people remember. 6. They rely on teams, not just titles. No college leader navigates a crisis alone. The ones who do usually break under the weight. But the smart ones? They build their leadership bench early. They know who their crisis team is. They empower trusted advisors, communications officers, student affairs leaders, legal experts, even student reps. And they trust those people when it matters most. They don't pretend to know everything. They ask questions, they listen, they collaborate, and in doing so, they model the exact behavior they want their campus to adopt. Unity over ego. The leader may be the face, but the team is the spine. 5. They manage emotions with mastery. College crises can get deeply personal. A student's death, a racial incident, a funding cut. These things carry emotional weight. But strong leaders don't let emotions dictate their leadership. They feel, but they don't flail. They allow space to grieve, to be human, but they don't let fear or anger hijack their choices. They regulate, ground, and reframe their perspective in real time. This is emotional intelligence in action. They read the room. They know when to step forward and when to step back. They bring peace to tension, not by suppressing feelings, but by managing them skillfully. And that stability becomes contagious. 4. They focus on principles, not just pressure. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to chase optics. to do what looks good instead of what's right. But resilient college leaders have already anchored themselves to guiding values. They ask, what do we stand for? What's the ethical path here? What would we decide if no one were watching? Their actions align with their institution's mission and their personal integrity. They don't sacrifice long-term trust for short-term relief. And that principled leadership earns them respect, even from critics. When decisions feel impossible, principles light the way. 3. They stay future-focused. A crisis can pull you into the moment, but exceptional leaders keep one eye on the horizon. While managing the now, they're already asking, what comes next? How will this impact enrollment? How will students feel 6 months from now? What reputation risks or opportunities exist in this moment? They balance the tactical with the strategic. They're not just fixing, they're shaping. They use crisis as a pivot point to drive innovation, improve policies, and re-earn trust. Because to them, a crisis isn't the end. It's an inflection point, and they treat it that way. 2. They take care of themselves first. You can't pour from an empty cup, and crisis leadership is exhausting. The best leaders know that burnout doesn't help anyone. They protect their health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. They sleep. They take breaks. They talk to mentors or therapists. They lead with vulnerability, admitting when they need help or perspective. Self-care isn't selfish, it's strategic, because if the leader collapses, the system wobbles. When they model resilience, they give others permission to do the same. Calm starts within, and strong leaders protect that calm like their life and campus depends on it. 1. They let the crisis shape their legacy. This is what it all leads to. Crisis doesn't define a leader, but it reveals them. And the most iconic college leaders use these moments to become more than administrators. They become symbols of trust, strength, and humanity. They don't just get their school through the storm, they leave it stronger. They build systems. They create healing. They restore unity. They make the tough calls, but with a full heart. Their leadership echoes long after the headlines fade. Because when the pressure rises, they don't shrink, they rise with it. And that is what makes their calm unforgettable. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thanks for watching.